I feel good about the Republican Party. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes. I want to thank the big guy, God. Trump comes later. Mr. President, you're not far behind God.
Flatten Gaza.
Just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo.
Trump is my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
Holy shit, Lindsey Graham is dead. Look, I just woke up. I've been such a, it's my birthday, and I get this news to start the day. And I don't care if you're pissed off that I'm celebrating. Lindsey Graham's a terrible person, and well, not anymore, because Lindsey Graham is dead. So, happy birthday to me. I did have a different birthday wish, but you know what? There's still a lot of the day left, so.
Today we're honoring the truly legendary Lindsey Graham, who always put people above everything.
We're going to have a new Mideast. We're going to make a ton of money.
And who always put our country first.
I'm not with you. I'm with Israel.
I don't know about you, but I think the greatest way we could honor this true legend is by making a contribution to my friend Suleiman's campaign in Lindsey's name. Being that he was such a charitable man, I think this would be an amazing tribute.
I don't know if you've heard yet, but Grindr is making a seriously classy move for the late Senator Lindsey Graham out of South Carolina. Yeah, they decided because he has one of the most well-used, well-loved profiles in their Grindr database that they are going to retire it into their Grindr Hall of Fame. Yeah, there's a special virtual Hall of Fame. They're going to be retiring Lindsey Graham's Grindr profile. It's coming Congressman 69, and they're going to make it so that nobody else is going to ever be able to use that ever again.
Lindsey Graham died. And I know some of you are like, who was she? Lindsey was a senator for Israel and occasionally hung out in South Carolina. He was known for laughing like a schoolgirl while also supporting bombing them. I know some people are going to be like, wow, making jokes about the dead? No, I'm not going to mock him because I support LGBTQ. I love my gay friends and family, but Lindsey was a special kind of gay. He was gay for Israel, you know? He was a man who liked a package, you know what I mean? He was Mossad's ladybug. He's the only queer person I knew of who supported carpet bombing Iran. I called him the gay of Hormuz. Ironically, he didn't support gay marriage, which just means he was a playa. He was senator for 23 years, which apparently is God's term limit, and his age setting on Grindr. I hope I don't go to hell for these jokes, because I don't want to meet him. Lindsey Graham died before Mitch McConnell. That's not funny. I lost $500 on Kalshi. It was basically a race between the two, the tortoise and the bear. I actually found out that Lindsey died because I was on the phone with Mitch McConnell earlier, and he was like, I was like, Mitch, speak in Morse code. He's like, and then we called Lindsey on three-way, and he's like, three-way? I love that more than I love Israel. First Plattner and then Lindsey. It was a bad week for the graham crackers. Oh, do you think God hates that joke, or does he want schmore? Sorry, call the grammar police. It doesn't make sense that he suddenly died. He didn't have a terminal illness. He didn't recently meet with J.D. Vance. He was 71, but appeared youthful and energetic, like most older gay men who are just cruising. And then he suddenly fell ill after a trip to Ukraine, where he was signing aggressive sanctions for Russia. But no one in Russia is known for poisoning anyone. Oh, you really think poison was put in his drink? Ooh, Moscow Mule, my favorite. Let's be honest, he was a war criminal. That's why he got cardiac arrested. I'm aware these jokes are bad, trust me, I already posted them on Twitter. And a fan replied, this is so wrong. I had a ticket purchased for your show, and now I'm not coming. Man, just like South Carolina, now there's another empty seat. I don't normally make this many jokes about the dead, but I know posting this is gonna make a lot of people happy on IG. So I guess you could say this one's for the gram.
Those of us laughing at Lindsey Graham's death, they're saying we're the bad people. We're the good people. We get really upset when bad people kill a lot of good people, and then we think it's funny when the bad people die. We all agree it was bad. We all agree it was good when Adolf Hitler died, which implies a scale of bad from 0 to Hitler. Lindsey Graham was a little too far up it for my liking, and that's why it's funny to say I'm glad he's dead. My humor over Lindsey Graham's death comes from a place of empathy for people I'll never see or ever meet who died at that motherfucker's hands.
Lindsey Graham died on July 12, 2026. He was 71 years old, and doctors say that the cause was a tear in one of the main arteries near his heart. He had just returned from a trip to Ukraine days earlier. His death came out of nowhere. Nobody around him saw it coming, not even his own staff. But once the news broke, reactions online were all over the place. Some people were sad, a lot of people were not, and plenty of people had a lot to say about why. So let's talk about why so many people did not feel bad when he died. But before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. You'll find all their handles in my description box. But for now, let me play you a few more reactions and then I'll be back with more commentary.
Big question on everyone's mind around the death of Lady G, Lindsey Graham, is if he is not married, had no significant other, and an ambulance was called in the dead of night, who called said ambulance? I've been tracking the story for 12 hours, and yours truly got his hands on the 911 tapes.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, I think he's dead.
Who's dead, sir?
I don't know his name. I just know by his screen name, Trump Dumpster.
Okay, just what's your name?
Troy.
Okay, Troy, can you just tell me what happened?
Well, he started grabbing his chest, and I thought he was just clutching for his pearls. But then he fell over, and now he's not moving.
Okay, Troy, we've tracked your location. An ambulance is on the way. I just need you to stay put.
Oh, no. I was only paid for 2 hours. So I'm a go. But the door's unlocked. He's down in the basement. Now, there's a sports poster on the wall. Just push that aside. There's a room back there. But y'all be careful. It's real slippery down there from all the baby oil.
Troy, I really need you to stay put. We just go...
Okay, you heard it here first. Thank you, Troy. Brave, twink, sex worker Troy. Not all heroes wear capes, you guys.
Lindsey Graham is dead. There was a time when I wouldn't be glad about the passing of anyone. This was an evil guy. Lindsey Graham was an evil guy. I am sorry for his children, his grandchildren, his wife, but not him. And that's hard to say. I'm an empath. But I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. He was an evil individual with no spine. He never stood up when he needed to, when it counted for the people of this country. And he touted his military background as he gleefully sent our men and women in military service off to die for another country, for Benjamin Netanyahu. While tens of thousands of people were killed in a G-side. And he gleefully supported that. This is an evil individual, and he is one of a bunch that we currently have in the world, not just in this country. And I will not mourn their passing. They move forward in life through feasting off others' suffering. And the world doesn't need people like that. They don't. So I will not mourn his passing. I will not. I will hope that there is a moment of respite for the people that he made suffer. Countless people he made suffer through the policies that he pushed and the actions he took and the statements he made to diminish and harm and hurt others for his own benefit and the benefit of people looking money.
He's dead. Well, not him, but we'll take it. Senator Lindsey Graham has died last night. He was 71 years old, and I'm going to talk about him in a way today that most people on this app won't, because I think the truth about who he was and what he did deserves to be said out loud. It is not with cruelty, but it is with honesty. And I think I owe you and my community nothing less. First, what we know for certain, his record. Lindsey Graham spent over 2 decades in the United States Senate voting consistently against the rights of LGBTQ people. He co-sponsored the Defense of Marriage Act, defining marriages only between a man and a woman. He voted against the Employment of Non-Discrimination Act, which would have prevented people from being fired for being queer. He voted against the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the policy that banned openly gay people from serving their country. He voted against the right for gay people to adopt children. He opposed the Equality Act and said he would, quote, talk until he fell over to prevent it from passing. He earned a 0, a literal 0 on the Human Rights Campaign's congressional scorecard every single year. And now I want to talk about the other part of the story, baby. The part that has followed Lady Lindsey Graham for decades. And I want to be very clear about what I'm saying and what I'm not saying. There is no verified evidence that Lindsey Graham was gay. He's denied it publicly multiple times and said, quote, I am not gay. Now, I am not going to tell you that he was, although I've had people in my own life tell me that he was, and, you know, they have the paycheck to prove it. What I am going to tell you is what has been widely reported and widely discussed for 30 years. Persistent rumors about his sexuality have followed Lady Graham through her entire career. His lifelong bachelor status, his nickname Lady G, which reportedly circulated amongst Washington, D.C. SMEX workers. Chelsea Handler, Patty LuPone, Bill Maher, Whoopi Goldberg, even Laura Loomer, who testified under oath in a deposition that it was, quote, well known among Trump's staff that Lady Lindsey Graham was gay. Okay, I added the lady part. Now, none of that is proof. I want to be clear. None of it is proof. But here's the question that has haunted his entire political career. And I think it matters today more than ever. If the rumors were true, what kind of life did he live? Voting against his own people, denying rights to the community that he secretly belonged to, building a career on the backs of people like him. That is not politics, that is tragedy. I am a gay man, I have a husband, a daughter, and I have built a nonprofit for queer people in recovery because I refuse to hide. And I look at what Lady Lindsey Graham did with his power, regardless of who he was in private, and I feel grief. Not for the politician, but for the person who may have spent 71 years unable to be who he was. Rest in peace, little Lady Graham, with whatever peace that life will allow you.
Hi there, happy Sunday morning. I'm on the river eating breakfast with cats and fish and having coffee. And I don't know what that glitch was. I don't do politics on here anymore because I swore to friends and family that I would stay out of it. So let's just treat this as an entertainment. Somebody in the public eye passed away today, Lindsey Graham, and they're like, it's a sudden illness. It's not a secret that he was a closeted individual that rented people quite often. So this sudden illness was, I bet you money now, Viagra gave him a heart attack. There you go. I don't know why people haven't put that together. I'm not bashing his lifestyle. It is sad that he brought so much legislation against the gay community, which is just very on point and on brand for Republicans to go against everything that their constituency would want and lie to them the whole way. So I just don't know why people aren't putting that together. Right when I saw the thing, I thought, that's exactly what happened to that guy. 2 a.m, somebody called from his house. He lives alone. Okay. Yeah, a sudden illness. All right. He had a heart attack from Viagra. Mark my words for it. I'll go on record. That's what's going to come out. He's not going to come out, but that's going to come out. What do you think, Boogie? What do you think, buddy? Yeah, Boogie's got a keen sense of deception and things like this, right, Boogs? Yeah, okay. All right, you heard it from us. Don't take it from me. I didn't say a thing. This is Boogie's opinion, and he just he told me to tell you guys. So take it as you wish.
According to V with Under the Desk News, guess who is replacing Lindsey Graham as senator until January 3rd of next year? Just take a wild guess. Well, it probably wasn't on your bingo card, but it's not going to shock you. Lindsey Graham's sister has been appointed by the governor of South Carolina to take Lindsey Graham's spot as senator till the end of the term. This woman has absolutely no experience in the political field, none whatsoever. And she's going to be a senator. Yeah, that sounds South Carolina. Can we say nepotism much? Jesus Christ, this reeks of just pure nepotism. I can't. I'm going to let you guys sit with that because I just found this out and I can't. I'm done. Happy Monday, y'all.
The biggest reason people had these reactions has to do with how he talked about war. Earlier this year, in an interview about the conflict in Gaza, Graham compared it to the bombing of Berlin and Tokyo during World War II. He said that flattening a city was the right move, just like those two cities were flattened back then. For people who know their history, that is a heavy thing to say. Berlin and Tokyo were destroyed by firebombing and an atomic bomb, and huge numbers of civilians died in both cities. Hearing a sitting US senator hold that up as something to copy in a modern war struck a lot of people as cold and honestly kind of scary. That comment followed him everywhere after it went public, and it came right back up the moment he died. Then there is his support for Israel. Graham was one of the most consistent voices in Washington backing Israel no matter what happened. His supporters saw this as loyalty, but a lot of other people saw it as one-sided support for a war that caused massive suffering, and they were not quiet about it once he was gone. His political story also rubbed people the wrong way. Graham did not start out as a Trump loyalist. He used to be close with Senator John McCain, and back then, he was one of the loudest Republicans, warning that DT could wreck the party. But over the years, he flipped completely, becoming one of DT's closest allies in the Senate. He played golf with him, defended him in almost every controversy, and rarely broke from him in public. To a lot of people, this looked less like changing his mind and more like chasing power. Many people compared him to a small fish that swims next to a shark just to survive off the scraps, moving from one powerful figure to the next depending on who was winning. That reputation for being all about self-preservation followed him for the rest of his career. And on top of that, Graham was a loud supporter of war in general. He pushed hard for the Iraq War years ago, kept pushing for continued involvement in Ukraine, and wanted a tougher, more aggressive stance against Iran. His supporters called this strength and clear values. His critics called it recklessness and pointed out that he was always the one pushing for war, while other people's families were the ones who had to send their kids to fight. And there is also a simple trust issue. A lot of people felt like Graham said whatever kept him close to power, not what he actually believed. He would take one position, then flip to the opposite one a few years later if it helped him politically. Over time, that made a lot of people stop believing anything he said was sincere. Put all of that together, and it is not hard to see why the reactions to his death were so mixed. Some people are genuinely mourning someone they saw as a strong, loyal ally and an experienced voice on foreign policy. Other people are relieved or even joking about it because what they remember is the wars he supported, the comment about flattening cities, years of what felt like political flip-flopping for personal gain. None of this is really just about one senator anymore. It says a lot about how different people can look at the exact same public record and walk away with completely different opinions. To some, Graham was a patriot. To others, he was someone who cheered on destruction and got there by chasing whoever held power. His death did not settle that argument. If anything, it brought it right back into the open for everyone watching to see. And that is the real story behind the reactions you just saw. Not one feeling, but a whole mix of them, sitting side by side, shaped by everything Graham said and did while he was alive.
Now there's a creator on here who has a huge platform. One of the first things that I saw this morning was his account popped up. I was half asleep. I don't remember which platform. He's on a bunch of them. But anyway, he was being dragged from one side of his account to the other. For one thing, he wasn't celebrating the death of Lindsey Graham. He was being attacked by leftists. I don't think that these pockets of leftists understand the damage that they can do. Because we have people who jumped off the Trump train. These moderates. What these celebrations are doing, arguably, is pushing moderates away. We need their vote. It was the same thing with Charlie Kirk. Bad human being? Yeah. Lindsey Graham? I couldn't give a shit less. Good riddance. But the more obnoxious you are, the more people you push away. And we can't really afford that now. Core MAGA is lost. It's a lost cause. They deserve everything they get, as far as I'm concerned. But we have to think strategically. You want to? I don't. But we have to. Everybody, no matter how you see this particular issue, has the right to think and say what they want to. We have free speech for all or free speech for none. But use that right to build from. I will continue to rag Trump in this regime, period. But if this has offended you, then you're who I'm talking about.
So what do you all think? Where do you land on this? Let me know your opinion down in the comment section. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video specifically tailored for you, and if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel and helps YouTube recommend this video to a wider audience. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, the Joy Report out.